What's the deal? What's up, gang? What's going on, everybody? Everybody. 20 people here. Nobody. What's going on? Nobody? You guys mad?
Yo.
Yo. What's the deal, brother? Oof. Oof. Daily close. Bearish. Look at this gap down. Dude, come down here another 200 pips or something. 4 hour support. Tap. 4 hour level. Tap. On the dot. I just want to see if there's something here. If not, I gotta go pick up my daughter from volleyball. But I want to see if there's anything. Oof. That's a 4 hour level, but this is a 1 hour level. We got a 15 range forming up here that we held, right? So right there, bit the little hold. Go a minute on this closure. See maybe this 30 close below the previous 30. That is interesting. 15 below the previous 15. We got some room to go here. Okay. What I do? Get a closure below here. I'm gonna look for a top wick and a break of the lows here. I'm gonna keep stops above previous candle. Keep it that simple. Wants to come back up in range. Great steeper wicks. Great. But I really like this wick. Don't like the fact that we broke the high, didn't break the low there. Oh, last second. Last second, no. What's up here? Let's see. Well, it opened below as well. Nice. If we can get a break of the previous candle, I would like this. The 1 hour closed below, the 30 closed below. If we can break previous candle lows here, I'll be in there. It's about a 70 pip stop here. We got a top wick here. We closed below, or did we not? Yeah, this is so clean to the left here. At some point, either today or tomorrow. We broke previous candle. They'll stop on the break of the previous candle low. $41.06. We broke that high here. Break the slow. Not 40 pips to advantage point, but on the higher time frame, this is just clean range every time to the left. Look at this. Once again, we just drive through. Yep. Currently, sell stop. Did not really close below this 1 hour level here, but below the most recent, which gives us room. Yeah, I'll keep stop 60 pips, current candle highs. Formed the range. We did close below here. Oh, I'm sorry. No, we have it right here. You had it all day. way. No, Kaja's got it. It was in the pool. Looks like gold is at a perfect troll level. Yeah, I mean, if it breaks highs here, I'm gonna close out the sell stop, and I gotta go. That was my daughter that called me. I gotta go pick her up around the corner, so I'll be like less than 10 minutes. All right, there we go. It's pushing up. I'm gonna get rid of that sell stop, and give me 5 minutes, gang. Maybe less. Maybe like 7 minutes. I'll be right back. What's up, Roger? Be right back. No, I deleted the sell stops. Norwegian got robbed. I don't care what nobody say. You better start rooting for Morocco. The only African team left. Here, stick it in. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. Stuck in this dead ass range. Little because it's only 70 pips. Usually we see like 700 pips. But man, is this clean to the left here, and it's very clean to the left here, above and below. As above, so below. But we have an issue at the moment. Bro, we got robbed. Admit, I was rooting for Egypt. I was rooting for Egypt. I was over there sitting. I called my pops. We were up 2-0. I was like, yo, Egypt might take them down. Pops is like, yeah, they're playing a good game. 5 minutes later, died. You're Egyptian? No, I was rooting for you. I gotta tell you something. Unless it's like my team, I always root for the underdog. I always root, for the team that's not supposed to be there. It makes for a better story, for more interesting, more drama. But in reality, soccer won because the better teams did win. The better teams did win out, right? You had look, Senegal was up 2-0. Cote d'Ivoire was up. The Gold Coast, right? They were up. The whole qualifying stage, they just couldn't hold on to the lead because why? The better teams, they usually play a full game. The full 90 minutes, they went out. All right, we got 12 minutes here on this 30. Moving down, man. If this three breaks the lowest, the hourly looking like. See, that's tough because it's nasty range. 15 got that closure back into the range. Yeah, I'd want a closure below here. Let's see if we can get a closure below this current support, and then we'll look for more sells. We closed below here, right? Came up. Now it's closed below that level again. Came back up. We closed below here. Volume time, clean range. Indication of volume with a closure. The problem is the range is so clean, it might push on the break of this. But I got no confirmation that there's enough volume pushed down or up if we don't get a closure, right? Because we just might break that low and stay back in range. Had a heavy parlay on Colombia. Shit was pissing me off. Yeah, I'm surprised Colombia did not show their game. They're a better team than what they showed today. But Switzerland's a good team too. I think in the last World Cup they bounced also out of the quarters or the semis. I don't know. McCollum missing the old school guys. Well, how far back are you going? Are you going back to like the 90s? If you're going back to the early 90s, okay. Those guys were really... You know what documentary I saw on ESPN the other day? The 30 for 30. The two Pablos, right? The Pablo that missed penalty kick during the World Cup, and Pablo Escobar when they came back home, because they killed him. It's a really good documentary. 102 watching, only one like. Yeah, it's me. I like my own stream. I'm the only like on here. France match will dictate. I think just France is head and shoulders above everybody else. Spain on their best day could probably keep up with them now.
You can't eat people. Keep praying. But yeah, but what if he prays to a different God than you, Daniel? I mean, he definitely does. Definitely does. You don't know his power moves. You don't know what his oh, that guy will. Back, forward, forward, square, triangle, bro. You think you're tough because you're a mod? No, he's tough because he's holding a wrench. And if you got nothing in your hands... Hold on, I gotta make sure Benny's not eating anything. Well, that one left real quick. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, you know what I got? Hold on. I was just smoking a joint. And I ran inside. Where did I... You know. Yo, Daniel, why you trying to be all tough, bro? Can't you be like partially tough? All tough. I'm gonna need you to be partially tough and partially soft. Yeah. Can't believe the Swedes lost. I wanted to thank them for a new couch. Oh, holy shit. Why is my hair look like an upside down L? What you trying to say right now? This is one of my locks, gang. What's it doing? She came out of nowhere with that little... if we get stuck in this range for the next 2 hours, for the entire 2 hours that I'm here, when I had to like go out of my way to actually get on here tonight. Yo, I started Zoom and it's telling me your system is running out of space. It might slow down your computer. Is that normal? I got 32 gigs of RAM. Or is that like not is that irrelevant here? Opening up Zoom might slow down my computer because my system might be running out of space. That's what it just said. So I think that's why my shit keep freezing when I'm in a trade here. I got like multiple terminals, stream, Zoom, notes, recordings, like 32 gigs of RAM should be enough, shouldn't it? Imagine I'm using like only two cards, the other card completely empty. 16 gigs full, the other card empty. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Before I had a chance to drive here, I made that bottom wick. Came back up. This will be interesting. Do we break this high or not? We break that high. Might start looking for that push up to the top of the range here. It's another 100 pips. Okay, we were very, very bearish here. And we are not at our target. Honestly, yeah, for buys, we need a range 2 breakout, which means we need to be back up above 4120. 4119. And if that's the case, smaller time frame range 2 breakout, but the target here is down here. If we were able to reach a 4-hour target down here, right here we close below it. But if we tap target, respected it, I might be looking for a drive up on that closure right now once we close in 1 minute. Let's see how we prints. Maybe a top wick, we get a nice bottom wick back into the range, at which point we can have a buy stop. But next candle's really gotta go along to get. Where we are, it's tempting to break back into this 4-hour range up here. Tapped it with a wick, came down, has not been able to break up there. But if it does, there's some room to come up. What happened to older background music? I don't know. We've had like 8 older background music. Space usually refers to drive space, not RAM. You can see your drive and RAM usage in the task manager. Yeah, I did. I just can't. I don't know how to read it properly. I looked at it, and then somebody called me and asked me to get on a Zoom call, a conference call, right when I was looking at it. And then someone sent me a thing on what to do, and I completely ignored it because I got stuck on that call. Now that I'm thinking about it, and I completely forgot that even happened. Yeah, Joe, you don't like this background music? What happened? You don't like the little... What is it, a fiddle? I don't know what it is. You don't like being fiddled with? Alright, so that closed above the 30, respecting the 15. You know what that means? Nothing. We gotta close above range. Are any of you DJs? You guys want to mix up some original shit? I'll play it on stream. Maybe that's how your career gets started. Maybe that's how it like takes off. Maybe that's how your career ends without ever taking off. First thing next stream. Yo, what is this trash, bro? Where'd you get this shit, Wix? State Farm. Jake from State Farm. I realized something. If I wore a red sweater, you guys would respect the fuck out of me. Authority figure right there, bro. Red sweater. What? Look like a Forex umpire. It's a good thing I don't see your reaction, guys, and it's a good thing you guys aren't here, because like at least I can laugh at my own jokes and pretend everyone else is laughing. If you guys were here and and nobody's laughing, probably would be laughing. But this way I can't tell, so fuck it, I'm gonna laugh. Bro, the 4-hour flip down. Did we close below structure? Yes. We closed below on the 4-hour. Tapped into this little area. You probably want to be below there. I just want some cleaner. Like, this is trash right now, right? You want something clean. How do you get something clean? Well, let's say this candle now decides to do this. All right. Yeah, I'm taking that sell there. Ideally somewhere below here. Come up here. Yeah, 30 close below, but if you look at 15, we're respecting the 15 level. I need not just one level close above. Yeah, man, tighten up, good. Alright, let's see if this thing can close above, and then we can look for the break of the highs and the next candle. Or if it close below, I don't think we'd have a break of the highs next candle. I think I'd want a range too, even though that's possible. But if we are able to drive back into this range, maybe break the lows and see something like this. But the next candle, we closing out this hourly. Damn, this hour flying by. You can't trade in XNES? Fuck it, layaway, bro. Put it for layaway. Bucket trader. Breaking the 5-minute high. I don't even know what XNES is. The perfect bottom work right there, right into there, right? But you're respecting this level, so. Oh. No R2BO. No R2BO. XNES FX broker, but pretty good actually, but they had banned some countries. Yeah, like the US. It's not the US banning, not them banning the US. It's the US banning them. So they gotta, you know, pass that on to you and ban you. Say thank you to those fuckers buying fucking or getting approved for subprime mortgages in 2007, 20 years ago. when they knew they had no fucking possible way of ever repaying back that loan. Thank those people from 20 years ago for fucking it up for you. No, they all banned the USA. Some other countries that didn't make sense. Oh, yeah, everyone banned the USA. So, because of the 2007 recession, 2008 recession. The single event that ruined it for everybody. Took a while to catch up in the Forex space. Benny out there making a mockery. I got my realtor out here playing Monopoly. We already got that bottom wick. If we come down here, I think a rebreak of the slope brings us back into range, which would be interesting. If we can break that low, create a bottom wick, close out the hourly. Oh, put it all the way back. Huh. Seems like an interesting idea right there. Me and my boys going to Florida for a bachelor party. You got an extra room for a weekend? You want me to have an extra room for a bachelor party and while I have 3 daughters? Nah, if anything, your bachelor party canceled when I get there. Word. It's getting hot in here, so take off all your baby shark. Do 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 do. About to happen. Jump around for an hour. What else we got? We have bearish off the daily. I need a higher one, so daily pivot. We trade up towards it, then do the reverse around there, down the Asian lows, and so on and so forth. Okay, yeah. I'm sorry, bro. I didn't mean it. I can sing. Word? I can drive. They don't want to see us on a road trip, bro. What? This is the pivot. Oh, yeah, boy. Yeah, let's pivot. How about this? I'm going to see your pivot and raise you another 150 pips up. I'm going to question your pivot here. I don't think we're pivoting shit. I think we're going to continue to move up. No, I get it. You identify the level. But need more data. I need more information. Need some coaches. Four-hour top hook entry. 4 hour ain't gonna flip bearish here. And if it does, we can get a top wick entry, but it would have to be after a bearish closure, maybe on a 30 or a 1, respecting a resistance after we tap a 4 hour resistance up here and hold it, or we hold this level, tap this resistance, and come back down and close below it. Then we can talk about that. Right, because you have a few levels that are really interesting here. One, two, three. This is interesting here because you're looking for a resistance here held on a smaller time frame at this area right here, while also respecting this area on the higher time frame. You can get a respect of this on a higher time frame and a respect of this on a higher time frame in a fake out. You can get an onion here on a smaller time frame, drive down, and still get a respect of this area. So this is key just in what the market does. And you have clean range below this area that, like, look at every time it goes through. There's nothing here until here. Nothing. Oh. There's nothing here until here. This is how many? This is over 200 pips worth of range. The fake out down here is over 300 pips worth of range. But if we're going to look for that bullish move, we're going to have to see a retest here, another hold of support, and maybe a bullish closure back up above here, or a break below this area and a bullish closure back up above here. So you can imagine either getting that and then holding here, right? And then that support right here brings you up, closes above there, and then you're looking bottom wick, continue up. Or you can look that fake out below here. Fake out below here, right? Which, go back. Fake out below here, boom, boom, and start looking for wicks to reject at this area to continue back up. Right, like this, at which point you'll see a heavy push up. So there's a few ways to play this, but it's got to really print. Really print. Oh, give me a second. I might get a drink. BRB, LOL. And I get you to blow my nose. Hold on. God damn it, this entire time I was muted. All right, so what I was saying is, I'm sorry. Let me rewind. Sorry, but I'm not going to apologize for that. Yeah, I was talking about the bearish closure here on the 15. It shouldn't change direction here. Bearish, even if it comes back down in range here, then you have to look at how much range do you have left below that closure, right? 30, 40, 20 pips, is it worth it? Also, you look at the higher time frame. So let's say if the 1 hour is bullish, right? 30 is pushing bullish. The 15 got a closure. If this pushes back, that means the 30 will close somewhere down here. Can the 1 hour respect resistance? In this case, if it pushes back, all it does is it leaves a wick to push up, right? So you're probably looking at the next candle bottom wick to continue filling the 1 hour wick up. So you want more range to play with. You're going to look for sells for a pullback, or you want a higher time frame closure, which will make sense on the following time frame to look for that bottom wick, aka take sells on a smaller time frame to make that bottom wick. I will do the 1 hour thing myself, no worries. Yeah, we just trade different, bro. Give me one second. Be right back. Yo, when I come back from things, just remind me to unmute myself, please.
Wake, you muted.
Thank you. That's why I said remind me. Yeah. This is the level I pointed out, I think, before, right here for the top wick. Damn it. Yeah. Right here. 66 bip stop. All right. How was I looking at that level? Ah, yeah, the 4-hour gap, the opening there. Really, this level where we opened. Wow. On the dot. That's how I was looking at it. Fell in line with this push up, which brought you back all the way down here, which is, I think, what we just tapped, right? If we go to this wick. All right, let's see what the hourly does. Because I think we can find support here and continue this bullish push up. It would make sense, right? The hourly is going to close bullish here. I understand the 4 hours bearish. But until we get back down below 41.20, irrelevant. Even lower, right? 41.18, 41.19 here. Hold on a second, shot. Remember I said it's very little. That's why I said, look, that is very little, so I saved it for you. Take, if you're gonna eat it, there's bitoshka still in there. This morning I had them, they were really good. Bitoshka, go ahead, enjoy your meal. Bon appetit. Don't worry about it. I'll figure something out. Huh? Yeah, if anything, I'll figure something out. Oh, you guys hearing my conversation? Sorry, damn, I forgot. I muted everybody. I muted the Zoom instead of the... Just realized you guys heard my conversation. Yeah. My daughter's asking me. Because a girl cooked a bunch of stuff, but it's like all the kids ate and everything. So she's over here. Are you going to eat it? I was like, a little bit left. So. And just, but I muted. I don't even know why I muted you guys. He was short the low of a closed 1 hour. I'm just looking at this from this standpoint, right? 1 hour, closing back in range. They're above the 30. That's if we're above here, right? Above the 30. Above the most recent 15, right? So if it closes there and the hourly is bullish, and if we grab a support here, right? A bullish support. Let's say we get maybe a 15 down. And a 15 up. That's now bullish support on the 30. Right? And 30 looks like this. The 15 fake out. And the hourly was bullish. Yeah. Break of the highs. That would be the hourly, you know, doing this. This would be the 30, and this would be the 15, right? That next candle. Any ass candle. Hit the gym, bruh. Always running out of space here. Good wicks, but not my trade. I'm like, literally just repeating what I said earlier. We just trade different. That's it. Not like, oh, psh, you do that. I did, like, you know, or like you first, or like, that's a stupid idea. No, like, I honestly, like, I hope everybody wins here. I love seeing people win. It just brings a great energy out of people. When people lose is what brings shitty energy, right? Spitefulness, the depression, the anxiety, the, you know, like it's the anger. And it's not like people have a hard time properly directing their emotions, right? You ever taken your anger out on somebody that didn't deserve it just because they were there? They ended up like, you know, the target. They were there at that time. So, like, you don't like that. You don't want that. This time I understand you. No, I get it. Yeah, there's times where you don't and times where you do. But, like, I understand your idea as well. It just, based on my perspective, let's not say like anything else. From my perspective, there's better positions to be had, but I don't have a right. I don't have a. You had wick entries up here, Daniel? Yeah, I was looking at that. I don't know if I completely stopped thinking about it. The point isn't to master your emotions, but to have the courage to breathe through them. Yeah, because like you're not gonna get rid of obstacles, right, in your way. You're not gonna. You're not gonna get rid of the bad times and the loss. So you gotta learn to deal with them. It's the people who deal with the tough times, not to avoid them, that really set themselves up for success. Right, I told you. I mean, hindsight's 20/20, right? Yeah, you said it. Yeah, you said it. No bottom wick. Nothing doing right now. No bottom wick. We should be coming up here, huh? With that no bottom wick. Let's see if we can get a lower wick. Ah! Fucker. And if that 1 hour breaks there and we don't get any more of a wick. Let's see. So, bottom wick entry would have been ideal if we tapped here. I would have taken that bottom wick entry. Since we did not get there, but we already flipped, I'm going to wait for a fake out, aka a closure above here. If we can close above 41.25 on the 15, I will look for buys. That's it. Just need a closure. I think we actually just drew this, right? This part. Closure. Below. Yeah. Yeah, bottom wick entry was ideal here, but yeah, I would not have taken that off that level. I really would have waited for this. Let's see. Many things can happen here, right? You can get that closure back in here. The bullish closure can respect. Like, there's so many ways to go about this. Just throwing ideas out there, right? If this bullish closure respects here, right, you technically have a seller replay possibility on your way down with the fake out, with the 4 hour, right? After creating a top wick on the hourly. Right, so be looking for this. And that will fall in line with the 4 hour and getting to these areas, like that would fall in line. But I need some closures. I told you. That's a new version of the pancake I'm working on. Wait. Quick entries, new version of the pancake. I'm confused. What you talk about, Daniel? Bro, you gotta hop on here in the Zooms and talk. Daniel be like, nah, I'm not talking on stream. They might recognize me on the streets. From the mean streets of Malibu. 10 minutes here. First 15 of this new hourly. It's a nice fake out here, and you can look for sells off a top wick here. The issue is this closed with no bottom wick, indicating no range. So when you put 2 and 2 together, right, no range here, and the hourly bullish, no range to come down, but the hourly bullish, you're expecting a bullish push up. Damn, bruh. Why don't you take it? Top wick on a 4 hour. That's that level. Everybody got a daily low. Look at this top wick on a daily. Closures, clean range here to the left. We don't need closures. You looked at everything line up. Yeah, I'm just not sure what you were looking at. You got, that's why I said hop on the mic so then we can talk. That's a lot of explaining probably in the chat. In the talkies. Yeah, it was making a top wick, but then like your wick entry here kind of forces you for this stop, right? So you're looking at 250 pip stop. So yeah. I mean, you can, people love hearing how others win, right? Because they can get some gems out of it. So yeah, absolutely. Hop on, talk about what you do. All the time. At 100 pip stop. Oh, not bad. Yeah, this morning we had, it was pretty, I don't think we had a stop at all this morning. Kind of went to profits. Need to land. Dude, what? Night, the 4-hour top wick. Oh, you the GOAT. Gold doesn't respect the no wicks anymore. It's not about it respecting, it's an indication that, hey, lock in, you might be running around. It looks like it respected it right there. Right? Respected it right there. Not about anymore. It's about the fact, because nothing is 100. It doesn't mean that, like, if you get no wick on a closure, doesn't mean it's not gonna move that way. It's an indication. It's your first initial tell. It's like a weak dealer. Like you're able to like see a sneak peek of the first card or something. Like it doesn't mean you're gonna win, but it's a tell. It helps you. It helps you prepare for the opportunity and for the edge. Whether on entry or on closure. Yeah, it's not like a be-all end-all. It's not that black and white, right? Nothing is like either this or that here. Yeah, life is half chance. Everything is half chance, either yes or no. But like, Either it does or doesn't. It happens or it doesn't. But like within that, too many nuances, right? For you to be able to tell every time with 100-degree, certainty, 100% certainty. But you can absolutely use things to your advantage, right? Like candle doesn't mean it's gonna get filled, doesn't mean it's gonna reject, but it does mean something depending on where it is, where it's placed. Got these cheeseburgers, man. Can't take every lit candle. That's crazy. But like, there are nuances about the lit candle that like look at the last 100 lit candles printed. Then mark out the levels. That actually, no, I'm not even. This is an exercise for a private session. You guys are like, oh, Wix, you already told us what to do. Well, if I did, then fucking figure out your edge off of there. You can clearly get some data. Matter of fact, you want to get... Here's a piece of advice. This is our session here, 9 p.m. Our session. 9 p.m. Eight, 9 a.m. New York session. Mark these out. 8, 9 p.m. yesterday. Go to every time it's your session. Map out the candles. Session yesterday. You're here for these 2 candles every day. That's all you care about. So, highlight these candles and then really go deeper on the 15, on the 1, because you only care about the relationship between the 8 p.m. candle and the 9 p.m. candle. Maybe the 10, the 3rd, the 4-hour close as well. There's only a certain amount of times. Yeah, they could print in a million different ways, but there'll only be a million different ways. After you're gonna run out of ways 2 candles can print. And you're gonna figure out the relationship between those 2 candles. And just for those 2 hours, this is all you care about. This is your entire trading session. Right here, these 2 candles, these 2 candles. All you gotta worry about. All of this doesn't matter because it'll behave differently than it does in here, in here, and in here. The market will behave differently at all other times than it does in volume time, peak volume time, market open time. Then figure out how to let candles behave in those specific times. Figure out how certain close behaves in those specific times. And start building data that you can use. What's helpful to me here? For example, should I take the lit candle fill at a resistance or a support? On a smaller time frame, what does the higher time frame do when it happens on a smaller time frame? What does a smaller time frame need to do in order to fall in line with the higher time frame? What here gives that away that I can catch the volume push? You build data not just by taking positions saying what they did. You build data by taking positions in a manner where whatever they do will make you a better trader. Will be able to tell you something about choosing the right way to go about it. Maybe ignore it completely. Maybe it's not a good idea. Maybe hey, there's a decent amount of data to lean one way where it's overwhelmingly positive for me, right? Yeah, if you guys take a shot or drink every time I say the word right, your ass would be lit in the first 8 minutes of the stream, right? Right? Can't take every candle. Remember when you just started trading and somebody would tell you a concept and it would just every single time you'd be like, yo, when I learned about fibs, every time the market drove, I would be doing a fib retracement. Every single push, I'd be like, all right, we need to all right, this little push right here, this needs a fib. All right, this shit needs a fib. Everything needed a fib. And I would take every single one. I'm like 6 figures doing that. Hold on, Jenny. I'm still collecting data on how I take, like, you're going to be collecting it forever. There's no diplomas here because the learning never stops. You're going to be forever and ever optimizing them. There's not enough time in a lifetime to become perfect at this, right? Yep. This chart. Choppy. Would be amazing, but bearish closure after tapping the 4-hour, but then the 4-hour closes bullish. Yeah, but close it bullish below the most recent 4-hour level. You're looking for a top wick and a rebreak of the lows for the 4-hour celery play, right? Continue down to the next support around 40.77. Thinking of a 3-egg omelet, Wicks? Have you tried sriracha with mayo? Sure, yeah. That was delicious. Thinking about a 3-egg omelet. Yeah. I can't tell you what I'm thinking about. We're on YouTube.
When did you last goon? I don't even know what the fuck that means, bro.
I gooned so long ago that I don't even know what the word means.
Yeah. Yeah. Never, bro. We're gonna get that celery by then.
Seven minutes on a 30, then we're into the last 30 of the 4 hour.
Just going. A couple of pulls.
Said that before, haven't I? A lot of volume to do nothing, right? I mean, markets moved 300 pips, but same spot now. Give me a second. Where's Bougie? Somebody said something about eggs in the chat. And it's missing. Do the hourly level here. That could act as support. So when you're looking for that 30 top wick, I think you'll be making a bottom wick to push up. Really depends. Yeah, I'm not gonna sell if we get a top wick and you mean to come down, fill this wick. No. Dirty close there. Nothing here.
4 hour about to flip. Sir, you can attend NZD News. Appreciate the pressure. Thank you. I don't think I'll be in attendance. 25 minutes here to go on the 4 hour. $30-minute lovely? Fine, there's 25 minutes left on a 4 hour. Which part is lovely? The break of the slow? Into that support? No, I'm good. I'm gonna wait. Yeah, it wants to come down, it'll come down. Not gonna take it into a support. I'll wait till it's completely clean range to the left with nothing there. Right here, right? Once we're below here, I'm fine trading this. But we haven't closed below there. And if it just pushes all the way down, I'll wait for a retest. Right now I need closures. Closures. 10 minutes on the scandal. 25 on the 4 hour. That's your confirmation, what? That's your confirmation. So we trade different. Oh, I gotta run to the bathroom real quick. Surprised as hell if this thing drops through right now. I have to say, the music is fire today. I feel like I'm playing Mario again. W, I like that. I wish I could have. Young grasshopper. Yeah, I wish I was a young grasshopper. Fuck that, I am a young grasshopper. Knees weak, arms are heavy. Hey, Garrett. I don't know who Garrett is, but... Hello, Garrett. Open XAU USD.
How about no?
No, that's just not something I trade. People at the Zoom door, come in. Top looking at 30, or are we pushing back in range? Still nothing for me. Last 15 minutes here of this 4-hour candle. Ripping my hair out. There's nothing here for me right now.
Except too high up.
I'm just wondering if I'm gonna get copywritten for the music today. That's the first time I'm playing this soundtrack. Seven minutes here on the 4-hour. Still bullish, right at this previous 4-hour resistance. Will it stay there? Will it leave? Yeah? I don't fuck with this music today. Come on.
8 minutes. 8 minutes to the 4-hour closes. A pretty chop here today.
One hour. Look at this chart, right? Doji, doji. Heavy bullish candle. Never drove.
We are making lower highs, lower lows. I'll tell you that.
Every candle.
Last 6 minutes here. Coming up on the last 5-minute candle of this 4-hour, not just the hourly. The 4-hour, the hourly, everything. Nothing here at the moment. Just strange. Printed side by side. This is our session, these 4 30-minute candles. Back to trading after 6-month break. Trying to catch up. What's going on? Well, have a seat. Let me clue you in. All right. So about 5 months. Yeah, glad to have you back. Hope you stick around. What you looking for? Paper? Me too. We're just looking for different kind of paper, baby. Bullish 4-hour did fake out here. But I have no bottom wick entry levels. Nice. What's up, broski? 4-hour, 1-hour correlation. So think about it. The 4-hour did close bullish, but it closed weak bullish, and it did not come back up in the most recent range. Just kind of broke back up into here. I would expect the 4-hour to continue bullish because the previous one closed bullish and faked out. But we can also fake out back down on the hourly, and the break of that 4-hour low is a celery play on the 4-hour, right? Which means if we were to close below, I would like to take those sells, and if we were to close above, I would probably wait for a range 2 breakout. The way we've chopped it up here, I'd probably wait for a range 2 breakout in both directions. Sellers stepping in. It doesn't mean you have to take a position here, right? Like I said, bottom wick entry becomes tough because I don't know the level in this case. But even then, like, there's no, like, superior edge here. High probability edge. Not yet. Need the range to form on a smaller time frame, and we're in a chop here. Want to break out. And whenever we break out, it's going to be a nice push because clean range up and clean range down below here. Got to break out. Daily looks good, man. We also have the last 2 hourly candles making lower highs, lower lows. Just broke that low. Calling this Titan fall if my cells get activated. What do you have? A break of the 4-hour? Previous 4-hour? I do. Might drop without a top wick, man. But I expect price to come up here. Yeah, we got a nice top wick on the previous 4-hour, but I'd expect price to come up and bounce off for resistance. Guess what? We've closed at an hourly resistance, at a 30 resistance. Let's say, hey, we might drop no top wick.
love a push down entry after a top wick though. That'd be great. This can flip bullish and then break down. Damn, Wimbledon's almost over. FIFA, the World Cup's almost over. Basketball and hockey season's over. Football's over. Can't watch Sports Center for baseball. I'm about to start watching wrestling. About to just watch WWE and shit. Wait on this 15 to close here in 6 minutes. If we can get a closure above there, I'm gonna look for a buy. Come up there. But WWE will be dead nowadays? Probably is. OG member from these days. W. Love seeing that. Wish I had my bias. For real. Wish I held your bias too.
Yo, what's good?
What's up, bro? What's going on?
Here?
What'd you take sells off of?
Yeah, so
43, 41.36.
I'm on spot,
Oh,
right? It's on, hold on. Spot, I take it off of 4122.786.
okay.
Yeah, right around there. It's something new that I'm working on, right?
W.
Basically, yeah. Basically, what you can see a
Take it to the
lot of the
flip.
times this happens is basically like previous resistance, previous support, right? You'd notice many times gold tap into a previous support or a previous resistance. And a lot of especially when you have a massive displacement or a massive rally off of that level, right? The daily was coming up for a top wick, the 4 hour was coming up for a top wick, the 1 hour, every single thing time frame was
Yes,
lining up here.
everything was waiting to flip bearish. That's really fast.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So as you tapped into that area, I took a sell, and my stop was previous off of a previous resistance.
60 pips, 80 pips. Oh, 100. You said 100.
Yeah, or 100 pips. Yeah, 100 pips. It's something new that I'm working on.
No, it's good.
Yeah,
You're noticing things. It's very nice. Because nothing but patterns. I mean, patterns in behavior, patterns in closures, patterns in candles, patterns and actual patterns.
yeah. Ideally, no, like all the edges been disappeared now. Like everything that the position that I had,
Everything's been
yeah,
tapped. Everything's been
yeah,
tapped.
everything is gone. Like what you want to wait for now is like to get
A
out
new,
completely outside
yeah,
this range.
new push, next range. Yeah, you want to get out of here. Everything has been tapped here, but the thing is, if you keep tapping
Yeah,
the same level and respecting and closing at the same level, you want to leave and come back
yeah,
to it.
yeah. That's
That was from 41.50. It's got a while to go there. Wouldn't just sell it blindly at that point. I would sell it based on the fact that the 1 hour or the 30 are printing something at that level, and then boom, you also have the 4 hour support that.
yeah. You gotta have an edge on your side or multiple time frames telling you that hey, this is most likely about to happen.
Yeah, if you can look at the 15, it's like, oh, it's gonna come down here, and then the 4 hours, like, oh, it's waiting to come down here, and the daily's gonna need that bottom wick and like all of that, right? You could start
And
locking in on the 15. Let's say maybe a leg handle or no top wick pulling into this area. Maybe a support forms here. Maybe you push up past these areas, close back in range, and
yeah,
then you can use this as a top wick area. What do you want, 50?
yeah,
Really, really depends on how you get there, and you're gonna need multiple time frames supporting that limit order. That cake. Not just get to a nice level. It's just what makes it a nice level is the fact that it's
yeah.
multiple time frames, that it has happened multiple instances in the market over time, right? There's precedent for driving off that level or the stop. So it's just there's a lot of nuances once you're gonna start looking
Yep,
at the level for
a
limit
lot.
orders.
And experience critical, very critical.
And what are entries you ain't helping is even. What? Please. There's no entries right now. There's no positions. When there will be, there'll be an beforehand.
Yeah, look at that closure. Respect it again. The 5 fake out here? Yeah, 5 faked out with no bottom wick. Closure on the 15, but look at the 30. Push. Hmm. Bottom wick, but we're driving up off of support. This is a higher time frame support here. 4 hour. 1 hour. Zoom though. I got you. I got you. Trump live? Is he? They're not showing him. No, unfortunately. I mean, yeah, I'm up 100 pips on a day, so be patient here. Big drop here on a daily too, right? You'd want some of that correction. But we have yet to tap target. Previous 15 tried to close above, couldn't do it. But it did close above the most recent one.
the sales this afternoon today. Closed out early and that shit ran for 400. Bro, I once took a buy at 1800 and we are at 41.25. You believe that shit? 1800. That's triple the price of what it was, right? I mean, of what it is right now. You like the 30 minutes closure above? Yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. 8 minutes. Hold on a second, chat. Yeah, nice positions this morning. Want to be part of that? Get the bundle. Wix thought I'd join the live stream. Get the bundle and be able to talk. Get the bundle. I am, and you get access. No bottom wick. Didn't give it to us. Give us the bottom wick. I'd take the rebreak. Right now, it could still make that bottom wick. 30 got it. And get that closure above. Never got the bottom wick. The pain patience is real. Really how you get paid? There. Thirty leaves the top wick and pulls back. I'm going to buy limit here to 41.25. Based on the last time we were here. Coming down. But I do expect us to push up higher through here. I don't expect to. Maybe we might hold this level, but price will get higher than 41.32, even if we close them. News catalyst and gold favor. U.S. striking around again. Trump does that shit like every other hour. Who do I gotta pay back? All right, call him and tell him I'm about to drop a bomb. Let him know. Man, look out, Wix. Long time no see. I'm gonna buy 4103. Damn, you my orb chart. Take it. W. New catalyst and gold favorite string. We got new. That is here. What the hell? What are you doing, bro? Stop. Get out of here. What did you do? Hold on a second. Benny's over here looking guilty as fuck. You have snot on your nose, in your ear. He's over here looking guilty, bro. Look at him. Look at him. What did you do? Guilty, bro. Straight to jail. He did something, chat. I need you guys to hold on a second. Entries, boo. Hold on a second. What did you do? The asshole just chewed up a number 2 pencil. You about to have a number 2 with a number 2. That's it. Number 2 with that pencil. Top wick first. Yeah, I was looking. If we get a bottom wick first, I wanted a buy limit of 41.25. We got that top wick, which means the hourly can come back in range, which means if that happens, the 30 will fake out and we'll have sells on the next hourly candle in 30 minutes. And that will be the last hurrah. And then I want that to open up with no top wick, because then we should make one. And if we're going to make one, have a lot of range here from 25 till about 32. The issue is, see, this would have been tapped in. We also closed above the range on the 30 and the 15 here. Got some range. The 15 over here doesn't have a bottom wick. I think if we break that low and re-break the highs, I will take the buys. It's about 60 pips to that first look. Do what we do. Can we fake out? Can we break that low and then make a decision here on this 15? Yeah, here's the deal. Closures would have to be above here. But if we can grab orders that are below this wick and then re-break that high, I will trade that off the higher time frame, off the 30, with a wick to fill and a range up to here at 41.38. Good job, Jose. Catch 15. I mean, if it can hit 41.26 and show signs of rejection, I can also short instead of buy. Yeah, if your grandmother had balls, she'd be your grandfather. Right? Big if. What an example. First thing that came to my mind, bro. My mind just works weird. I should probably like double check with somebody before I say that. Yes, tomorrow, GG's. You out, Daniel? Yeah, I appreciate you coming through, bro. Yeah, come through to the Zooms. In New York. As long as my dude got everything right. Bro, I've been trying for a couple of days to set everything up, and I've spent in New York like trying to make sure that everything's working, computer's working. As you can tell right now, nothing is set up. But yeah, I'm gonna try to do it. If I can get it all done this evening, I'll do it, or before tomorrow morning.
All right, cool. Later, everybody. See you guys tomorrow.
Yes, have a good night, brother. Congrats. Great job tonight. I got words for you on live. Hold that thought. You gonna trade Asian session? This is Asian session, right? What are we doing right now? We're trading right now. Bro, I want your advice. I'm in lost strike. and I bought a good buying spot for him. 4102. Bro, collect partials. Secure a large portion of that position so it's not a waste. And don't look to make, you know, loss back. Look to just get on the winning side of things. You can get on the winning side of things. It'll be much simpler. It'll be much simpler. Yeah, just start getting more trades under your belt, get a little streak going, and then before you know, like, you know, 2 to 3 trades in, you're like, all right, like I'm like a decent trade away. I'm gonna hold the next runner. You look younger, Wix. Smoking less these days? Wix the younger is your new name? No, I'm smoking the same. I'm just started beating my lizard. My bearded dragon. Yeah, it's making me less depressed. Take my anger out on him. Are you and Don Bowen no longer friends? No, we chat, we talk, we spoke. He called me, congratulated me when the Knicks won the chip. And then when Toronto had the first pick in the when the Maple Leafs had the first pick in the draft, I hit him up. I congratulated him. Spoke a few weeks back. What's you with your answers today? You singing all? Bro, I don't know. I'm always like, sometimes I get my moods. Sometimes I'm just like, because like it really depends on how my day goes. And usually, not in terms of like, oh, the attitude or the vibes. The vibes are always cool, right? You always know me out. First thing that comes to my mind when anybody says anything is a joke. How to make a joke out of it. Like I told you before, I'm the type of guy who laughs at a funeral. Can't understand what I mean? Well, you soon will. Do you feel that Damo methods are a bit too much? Sometimes too big of a style, maybe no style? I'm not sure. I've traded him for a long time, and when we used to trade together, they were fine. I just don't know how he trades right now. I've seen him, and like the time that I hopped onto his stream, he was just ended up being in crazy drawdown. So it's like just by chance that was the stream that I hopped on. So I just don't know what he's looking at. Just like I don't know. I don't make a judgment. Is he making money? Great. You making money? Great. That's all you should care about. Forget about other people. Do what makes, unless worrying about other people makes you money. If somebody's really good and they're helping you, like worry about following up. Not making you money? Irrelevant. Music's funky. Just wanted to steep about him with yeah, at the very least 41.26 flat. At the very least. We don't get to 41.26. Nothing. I would have liked to have that rebreak at a high after 41.26. Did it break it? No, it didn't. Hey, let me tell you, man, I've said it a million times and I'll say it again. Out of all the traders on the internet, all of them, you are the realest. Gotta give it to you. These people are dead whack. Appreciate your perspective. Sounds old school. He doesn't like prop firms. I was just of the same opinion before, but you should not like be forced into an opinion and stick with that's who you are for the rest of your life. No, people grow, people learn, people optimize, update themselves, right? There's software updates for people all the time. So sometimes it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks, but you never know. You never know, like, what people go through on a day that can make them, like, flip a switch and just, be open and accepting of other things or this. Like, I feel like you should always have in your head that your mind can be changed. Other people will appreciate you a lot more, and you'll be a lot smarter for it, because when you come into something like it, this is the be all and nothing, like, even if it's taught in textbooks, definitive, everything you have to, like, open mind. You have to approach things with an open mind, not just an open mind, but you should stick to your guns, stick to your principles, but be okay with the fact that, hey, your opinion can change, and you're not flip-flopping. You're on anything. Your opinions, your thoughts, your approach can change. You're just, you're updating. You're putting in the mechanisms to abide by the new you, or by the current you, right? Like, you at 40 doesn't do the same things you at 20 do. You don't think the same. You don't approach things the same. You don't act the same. Right? People don't change. They just grow. And with that, your mind doesn't change, but your opinions outdate the old ones because of more data that you have available to you to make a better judgment call based on who the person you are today, or who you are as a person today. Right? You might not have learned any new info, but something about you today might feel different than you did 20 years ago regarding the same topic, and there's been no updates. It's just the person that you are today is more accepting of the other side than the opinion you had. Just, it's universal across all lives, all topics. Handle has really stuck it out here. What are you doing? Yeah, I'm gonna wait till this hourly close, see if anything's coming up here. Maybe we can get the next 15 as a light candle close here. Look for some sells. I would like that. Maybe the next 15 can drop down heavy back in range, and close the 30 as a fake out. And then we never break that previous 4-hour high in that case. Looking good to come down for the start. Buy from 41. Like, what the fuck? You know when you had to take this buy? 6. Why is it coming up right now, 5 hours later? I want you to send that message to me at 6 p.m. Like, yo, getting in a buy right here. That's good, man. That's good. That's great profits. You're up 300 pips, 250 pips. Have a Coke and a smile and go enjoy your evening, bro. Go relax. Like, nah, I'm just gonna wait for the next bull run to 20K. We're like, what? You know what's funny? I got like a... I don't even want to tell you, bro. Not funny. It sucked. I literally got like a $7,000 correction a week ago. Not a correction. What's it called? Synchronization. That was the weirdest thing. I was like, what? That ain't synchronizing. That's fucking robbing me. I gotta go fucking... I gotta go passive fund it and deposit more money, bro. What, to sell one of my kids on eBay? Stop synchronizing me. All right, last 15 of this hourly. Wouldn't it be amazing if the 30 can fake the hell out here? This never rebroke the low, never got to a 41.25, and that was the minimum for a bottom week that I needed to take the rebreak out of highs. And if we get there, I'll take a rebreak out of highs. If not, I'm gonna wait for the next resistance support to form the next range. So that's good, right? We're driving, clearing out some levels, clearing out range. You don't want to be stuck in a chop, but the fact that we're driving doesn't mean we're in positions right now. No, we need to create structure and then stop that in buys. 4-hour flip to fake out. Great job. True. It could. Gucci with a C. Done set already. All right, cool. Yeah, I'm just waiting these last 10 minutes to make sure that we don't leave without possibly setting up for a position. Retest, push back up. Yeah, I mean, you could do all of it. That's why you wait. You wait for the closures to get confirmations. It just goes without you, and you wait for it to come back or to print new range, new structure, new highs, new lows, new resistance, new supports. Funny thing about that is it happens so quickly that you just wait a little bit, your position will set up, and you could probably... It's a big swing, right? If you take a position and lose versus waiting and taking a position and winning, and then instead of, right, if you would have made like 2-3 grand on that, and then you lose 2-3 grand, that's not 2-3 grand. That's a 5K swing or a 6K swing, right? Anyway, if you lost 3,000 instead of making 3,000, and if you waited an hour, you would have made 3,000. That's a $6,000 swing on one trade, and 2 or 3 trades to make a month. Be like that, or they just, that's the difference between profitable or not. Like in general, you put it 10 trades, 20, 30, but I'm just saying, like, you're not just losing that money. It's in terms of the swing, where you could have been versus where you are, it sets you back far. First push down active. Yeah, well, right now it's the second push down to re-break that low as we flip bullish again. Well, but there's 8 minutes left in this hourly. I want to see if this 30 is able to fake out. It is. We close somewhere down here, right? Because this is a level here. Most recent, actually. Great if we can engulf this previous 30. That will close the 1 hour bearish. Yeah, things will get interesting after that. Will that happen? Oh no. This was the buy area right here. If that 30 didn't make that top look, this is the minimum where we needed to get to look for buys. But with 7 minutes to go here, nothing on the break of the high there. I'm gonna wait on the hourly to close. First, we had some ugly 30s printing here, right? This range. That was our session. Now you have the hourly doing the same shit. Wicks. Energy point would get out for you. Why in the heck would anyone jump into a buy right now? Don't you see all the resistance to the left? Well, if you look at the more recent levels, you got some clean range here, but you want to close above. You haven't. You got some clean range here. You never got that closure. You now have some clean range down, and you got some clean range below here. Never got there. So you just never got your closures yet. So true, most capitalized with short time, but you can see once you relax. Yeah. Buy or sell? Neither. Not right now. Eventually could be either. Right now, neither. Look at that, right off our level, 41.25. But I told you we need the 30 to not have that top wick, and we need to be further away from the end of the hour and 5 minutes to go here. Things get really interesting here. No, the far left, all those candles where you have the top yellow line at the far left stopping price from continuing up. Yeah, right here. All of this. No, it's not but stop. What you're really getting is that most recent resistance here on the 15. Once you're above it, it's just clean range right here. I'm not too worried about this. You know why? Yeah, we might get stuck in this chop, but we'll fill it first because we're faking back out into this chop. So this chop, the ranges are somewhere up to here, right? 41, 44. So we should fill it. We got 100 pips to go up there. As we start breaking up into these areas, we just need a closure up there. Yeah, you're not gonna break that high after a closure. You know, get a closure, break that high, and stop to come back down here. You're gonna need to tap a resistance, so you're coming up at least another 80 to 100 pips. But I'm not too worried about the chop for one reason, and that's because we've cleared it out here. We went up, and then on the drive down, not a stop at all. It just cleared all these orders out. So whatever was here and held this chop, these orders have all been cleared out. Yeah, maybe people add them on the books. Maybe those were important levels to them, and they'll re-add them, right? There's a reason they had them there in the first place, but all those initial orders were cleared out. So this area should be much likelier to drive through than to do this chop. Hey, Wig, someone that account on Sunday. I haven't received a message yet. Is that normal? Did something go wrong? Huh? No, wait. You won like 2-3 weeks ago. DM me. I'm pretty sure yours went out. I'll check on a date, and you got to go look through your email. You're supposed to receive your credentials and your confirmation in your email. If you haven't, DM me on either Zoom or IG, and I'll just to remind me to check. I got so much shit on my shelf. I got a lot going on. But if you remind me, send me a DM. When I'm checking through the messages, or somebody that does check the messages will reach out to me. They have instructions, and then I'll respond and I'll check for you. Okay, got it. Gonna announce excellent. Yeah, no, different. 317. Let's go 30. Yeah, we close below here. I do not mind taking those cells.
30 fake out, 15 below the range. That's what it would be. Okay. I get it. $80 seconds. Sells incoming. Only if we fake out. If we don't fake out, I'll leave it alone. Yeah, I'll leave it alone because then we're not back in range. We could form a support here. You can come up. The hourly's closing bullish above the range. We've respect this 4-hour level to the left here. You see how we're still above it. One minute here. Endure for 1 minute. Gotcha, doctor. Yeah, I've been doing this for 6 years since COVID-19 had my first son. Yo, that's incredible. Like, you imagine how many people are doing this because of COVID. Like, the industry got so saturated, right? Because COVID, we're trying, like, they're stuck in a house. They're trying to, you know, widen the surface area of their opportunities, you know, expand the possibility of their luck. And a lot of people, what are they going to do at home? Trade. COVID brought a lot of people into trading. Doesn't come in, Paul. You think so? Yeah, I mean, why not? 30's closing bearish. It's got to fake out. It's a good opening, though, man. That did not close below. He's gonna push straight up. 30. Do it. 25 pip stop here. That's doable. But we didn't get the fake out, man. That didn't close respecting, did it? Well, let's see. We had the level here. That looked like it closed. Break that fucking high. Break all these highs so I don't even have to think about it. Thank you. Buys incoming. Yeah, I'm more of that opinion than of the spells right now. I'm with you. Just based on that closure. Based on breaking a high. I think we're gonna see here. Remember I said it usually it's not gonna just hit the range, get stuck here, it'll fill the range. So we should see around 41, 42. 41, 44 areas. Yeah, again, I might take this into the signal channel, honestly. 28 minutes. Okay, so the hourly close. Funky, right at this area. But we are pushing up into this clean range. There we go. 41.38, 41.42 is about to tap. Say 41.42.
That's your first resistance, I think, 41.42. Okay, yeah, it's getting pretty late. We're getting close to midnight. I'm gonna take this into the signal channel. You're in there. If you got the bundle, if you're part of the private community, look out for possible positions. Other than that, Zoom gang, I appreciate you for rocking with me. I'm gonna see you guys in the clubhouse. Everybody else, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Mods, thank you so much for helping me run the stream. Congrats to everybody that got dubs here today or
Thank you,
learned
Wix.
something. Absolutely. Yeah, go up, pick up little gems here and there, right? Get some value and some money. Not every day is a trade day. Not every session is a trade session. Well, I had trades today. I'm up over 100 pips, but not every session is a trade. You know, not every single hour is a trade. Just be a little patient. A little after session, a little before session, during session, but be patient, wait for your position, and ideally during session times, because that's when volume shows up and your positions actually run instead of having you stuck in them. All right, so I will look for this in the private community, and if I see it, bundle members will get it. You want to be a part of that? Get the bundle. You want access to the Zooms? Get the bundle. You want access to private streams? Get the bundle. You want access to private giveaways? Get the bundle. You want access to the profits? Get the bundle. You want better access to me? Get the bundle. Outside of that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully everything is set up. I'll be here in the morning around 9 a.m. If not, I don't know why I wrote 8 a.m. because it was 8 p.m. But if not, then I'll see you guys tomorrow midday, or I'm thinking I might have a pop-up stream for the private gang at around power hour, but I'll see how tomorrow goes and if we're setting up for anything, and then I'll see you guys for Asian hair. But yeah, I'm taking this into the private community, into the bundle, and if we get any positions, they'll be called out in there. Chat, love and wisdom to you all. As for me, my time here is up, and just like that, another Asian session is in the books. Have a good night, everybody.